it's been a privilege and a pleasure having you as one of our colleagues. You have been a great addition to the New York office. Your knowledge of antitrust law is encyclopedic. There was never any question that I had that you could not answer. Again, thank you very much for everything that you've done for us.
Bernie, I could never capture in a video all of the things that you've meant to me during my life. You've seen me through the birth of my children and the development of my career. You've been a mentor and a friend and kind and ornery and funny, and we both made inappropriate jokes and humorous rib-splitting jokes, and it's just the kindness that is true at your center will never leave me, and you've given me so much to think about as I try to work with younger people today. I think how meticulous you were in all of your instruction and the way in which you would take the time to go over things, sometimes to my great impatience. But Bernie, I can't thank you enough for all you've meant to me over my life. And I cherish our friendship and all of your intelligence and your left-leaning instincts in so many ways. And I know how blessed Sandy and Melissa and your granddaughter are to have you in their lives. And I feel blessed to have you in my life, Bernie. I love you so much and thank you deeply for everything you did to help me develop and to live a joyous life and a life of meaning in the law. And you really showed me how it's done. So thank you so much for that, Bernie. Let's have lunch, okay? Bye-bye.
Bernie, what do I say to the man who gave me my very first law firm interview and who actually hired me? Took a chance on this young lawyer, law student who had an interest in antitrust law. I said I wanted to do plaintiff's work, and I knew we were going to work really well together when your response was, "That's great, we'll do God's work together." Always a believer in what we do, and you instilled that in all of us who got the privilege of working with you. It was always incredible to receive your mentorship and advice. You spent so much time with me on my writing, paying so much attention to critiquing my legal writing and analysis and my strategic thinking, and I really knew I had made it as a lawyer when, after a few years of working with you, you went through one of my legal research memos and you gave me an A+. It was a highlight of my career at the time. We've worked together through so many challenges and successes. You've been a part of my life from, the loss of my mother to the birth of my children. You danced at my wedding, and it's so unfathomable to practice antitrust law without you, to not have you there as a sounding board, to not celebrate with you. But I'm so excited for you on this next chapter in your life. No one deserves it more than you, to sail off into retirement with your beautiful wife Sandy and Melissa and Ben and your beautiful grandchildren. And I know that there's so much more in store for you, and I hope that you'll never be too far and that we'll continue to stay in touch. But genuinely, it's been such an honor to work with you over all of these years, and we'll miss you very much.
Years ago, Bernie, I worked on the direct purchaser class action in the brand name drugs case. And one of the partners at my then law firm, Sol Morgenstern, was heading the defendants team in the companion indirect purchaser state law claims. And I used to hear from Sol all the time about this great guy, Bernie Persky, who was leading the fray for the indirect purchaser plaintiffs, traveling around to state courts all around the country in the early days of Illinois Brick Repealer, and reviving all of those old state law statutes that had fallen into disuse. So it was a great pleasure later in both of our careers for me to be able to work with you. Shortly after I got to Robbins, there was a situation where I was working on a complaint with one of the junior associates, and we came across some sticky state law questions, and I said to her, have you asked Bernie about this? And she said, Bernie? And I said, yes, Bernie, he actually developed all of the case law in this area. So anyway, I will miss working with you. Best of luck to you in your retirement, and I will certainly miss all of your sage counsel. Thanks, Bernie.
Well, Bernie was always a guy who delved into the subtle nuances of the law. I recall one time he got very excited when I expressed a proper understanding of Federated Department Stores versus Moiety, a Supreme Court case that he had some involvement in. Bernie was really a mentor to me on antitrust and RICO matters. But the thing I always liked about him the best is that he was always such a kind and friendly guy. I have many memories over the years of working with Bernie. And one that sticks out is an evidentiary hearing we had here in Michigan. It was a battle of the experts, and when our expert took the stand and poured himself a glass of water, he proceeded to spill the entire pitcher on his lap. So much for impressing the judge with the commanding presence of our expert. Good luck, Bernie. You will always be my attorney, Bernie.
Good morning, Bernie. It's Jim Malone. I hope you're doing well. I understand you're going to be retiring. Hollis and Kelly asked me if I could share a memory or two of you, and that's an interesting subject. I've got a lot of great memories. We went on boondoggle trips to Phoenix. We had some great cases together. We had some not so great cases together. We dealt with Gordon Ball. But they also said I had to pick just one. And so my memory comes from sitting with you at breakfast in Nashville. We were down there for a hearing in Sorbet. It's probably a settlement hearing, maybe not. But we were just sitting there chatting. And I was telling you about my son, who was in the process of applying to private school, and, how that deal was all going. And he just sort of, in a very matter-of-fact way, gave me some advice on how we could handle that in a fashion that would, really help him get into the school that we thought was the best fit for him. So we did that. And I don't know if I ever told you how the story ends, but he got into the school. We did well enough in the school to get into a decent college. He's a broadcast journalism major. Got a job with benefits right out of college. And now, today, he's one of the news producers for the ABC affiliate on the evening news in Seattle, Washington. He's 27 years old. He does not call and ask for money anymore. He does not call his mother as often as I would like, but then again, I could call my mother more often as well. So I like that memory because it kind of illustrates what it was that I enjoyed about working with you, which is that, in addition to being smart and funny and nice, but that you would take the time to pass wisdom on to people that you thought needed it. So that's my memory. And best of luck with your retirement. Whatever it is you choose to do, I'm sure you'll have things in mind. I hope you do something that still allows you to lay some wisdom on people from time to time. Best of luck. Good luck. Take care.
Hi Bernie, it's Hollis. The first time I met you, I was 21 years old and I came to work for you at Hillbetts and Nash to work on a fascinating federal civil RICO case against Shoreham Nuclear Power Plant. And you were kind enough on Friday nights to give me your credit card to take the whole crew upstairs to Windows on the World to have drinks and unwind after the week. After that, I was lucky enough after law school to come back to work for you at what was now called Labaton Suchero. You taught me everything I know about antitrust law. You helped me get my writing from good to great to excellent, and you were an incredible mentor, supporter, and pushed me forward to make partner at that firm. I'm so thankful to everything you've done for me in my career. I'm so thankful that I had the opportunity to work with you for so many years. I'm going to miss you terribly, but I know that you are going to retire and have a wonderful time with Sandy, Melissa, and your grandchildren. And I know that we will not lose touch. You're an amazing lawyer. You are incredibly skilled, and all I can do is thank you so much for all you've done for me and all you've taught me, and I couldn't be the lawyer that I am today without you. So thank you, Bernie.
Hi Bernie, congratulations on your retirement. Very exciting news. I wanted to share my favorite thing about you. and my favorite memory. My favorite thing about you is your focused enthusiasm on the cases and the work that you did and the work that we did together. And I think that's best demonstrated by one of my favorite memories, which is the day of the blackout in August of 2003, when everyone's running around trying to figure out what's going on and sort of panicking when the lights went out across the East Coast. You and I were working on a brief, and you were focused on, let's get this brief done. We had a deadline probably that week, and you know, I just think that kind of captures, you know, sort of the dedication that you brought to your work. And another, you know, favorite memory of mine is really us going out, you know, for the lunches that we did as a group. I think that was a nice opportunity for us outside of work to really be able to catch up and be able to talk about the things that really meant a lot to us. And I know your family is probably thrilled that you're going to be able to spend more time with them now. And I know that was one of the things that I always saw such happiness on your face when you talked about your family and your daughter. So congratulations again, and enjoy retirement.
Hi Bernie, it's my great honor to be talking here in front of the video for your tribute. And I was thinking back that I've actually had the pleasure of working with you for 10 years. And I'm so grateful for all your mentorship and just, I think, the great relationship that we have. And as I understand it, for purposes of this video, I'm tasked with two things. One, describing what I like about you best. And there's so many things it's hard to think of. But I think my favorite thing about you is your sense of humor. We've all had some late nights, we've all worked very hard, and you just have a way of creating levity and making everything funny with your sense of humor and your jokes. And I'm gonna miss that a lot, and hopefully we'll obviously still be in contact after you leave. And then the second thing, the greatest memory I have, hopefully you'll remember this as well. So a couple of years ago, we went to Boise, Idaho for an MDL argument. And on our way back, our plane had a layover in Salt Lake City. And the plane was delayed like 3 or 4 hours. And we said to each other, what can we do for 3 or 4 hours? And somehow, I don't remember if it was your idea or my idea, but we had this idea to go on a tour of the Mormon Tabernacle. So here, you and me, two New York City boys walking around the Mormon Tabernacle like fish out of water. And everybody was kind of looking at us funny. And I think we both went into a cafe to have lunch, and we asked for lemonade. And they said to us, I'm sorry, we don't have sugar here. I think they had some sort of a rule where they don't drink sugar. And you and I just looked at each other and kind of laughed and felt very out of place, but it's a memory that I'll always take with me. So Bernie, again, just my pleasure working with you, and I very much hope that we will be in contact for years to come.
Hi Bernie. First I want to say congratulations on your retirement. At least I think that's what people say to other people when they retire. I actually did look up appropriate retirement messages in preparation for this video. One said something weird like wishing you the best on your life after retirement, which I'm not sure makes sense, although I do in fact wish you the best on your life. Bernie, we're gonna miss you so much around here, and I personally am gonna miss you very much. Although I hope that this gives you some more time to spend with your family, with Sandy and your daughter and the grandkids. And, you know, although I'm not sure what we're going to do, because whenever we have a question about something, you're the first person we think to ask. Of course, we have to wait until Wednesday to get those answers, but on Wednesday we get our answers. I hope that you will come visit us and that we'll still see you around. Because you know you are, Bernie, such a titan in the bar. I remember going to my first MDL hearing with you, and there were all these people who were just coming up to you just to shake your hand and just to say hello, and everybody knows Bernie, my attorney. I wish you the best, of course, and you know, thank you so much. You have personally been a mentoring figure for me, and I will miss you around here. I think it's maybe appropriate that in making this video, I have my phone propped up on the ALD, 7th edition, because I've now become an antitrust lawyer, and I thank you for that, Bernie, and I hope we'll see you around. So congratulations, and we'll miss you.
Hi, Bernie. We're here to celebrate your retirement. One of my favorite memories of you was when I first started We all went in to see a documentary for Black History Month, and I was in awe that you were actually someone who's an advocate for all the civil rights things that were going on during that time. I remember I was a little girl, and I can remember watching TV and crying, watching all these people get beaten up and all the atrocities that were going on during the late 60s, early 70s. And I just felt very proud that you were someone who was an advocate for those times, and you fought hard for everybody involved, and for that I thank you. My favorite thing about you is how you come into the office no matter what time you get here, and you are rip-roaring and ready to go. I will miss that. I will miss talking to Sandy on the phone, doing your letters for all your little personal things, which I love doing for you. And I'll miss seeing all the pictures of your grandchildren. I wish you well. Enjoy your retirement. Many blessings to you and the family.
Hi Bernie, we're here today to remind you, in case you have forgotten, how amazing of a person you are. We're very sad that you're leaving Robbins Kaplan. However, we are overjoyed that you are finally going to start enjoying your retirement. I know Sandy is. I haven't known you for a very long time, but the little that I have has made me wish I've known you for much longer. You're kind, you're funny, and extremely sweet. All great qualities of a great lawyer, obviously. My favorite thing about you is how proud you are and how you light up every single Wednesday when you come to the office and you show me pictures of your grandchildren. They're very sweet. You are a great example to all of us, and we've been lucky to have you or to know you for such a long time. Some more than others. We will miss you, Bernie. Good luck.
Team Anne, Nahed, Noel, and Nathaniel. We want to say congratulations, and I know I haven't known you for that long, but based on the amount of commas that you put in my writing, it seems like we've known each other for probably 1,000 years. But I appreciate, and I know all of us here in the antitrust group at Robbins Kaplan appreciate not only the commas and the Bernieisms, but all the antitrust knowledge and, just the good attitude that you have graced us with.
And I just want to say congratulations, Bernie. It's been great sitting near you and having you around and talking to you about everything from antitrust to kids, and you're just a wealth of knowledge about everything. And congratulations again.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Bernie. I know we haven't spoken much, but your office is next to mine, so we really should have. Have an amazing retirement. Mazel tov. What a great moment. Yay.
Hi there, Leslie Branch here. So I am recording this video for Bernard, Mr. Bernard the Burnmeister, who I hear is retiring. And so what are some of my favorite memories of Bernie? Well, if it's one that really sticks out, it's the chicken scratch. Bernie would start out writing something on the front of the paper, then it would go up the margin on the right side, then an arrow over on the back, and then back to the front on the left margin, and then there would be A, B, C, A1, so you would know how to follow the roadmap, if you will. But in all seriousness, Bernie, one of my favorite things about you is that case that you were part of, Miller Brewing, where we represented plaintiffs in the racial discrimination case. Up until that time, I thought I wanted to go to law school, but after the case, I kind of realized that law, while it is good, is just an individual remedy, and so I wanted to do something more broadly. And so you inspired me to go to policy school and get that PhD. So now I'm in academia, actually running a program, and doing issues with regard to social justice. So that's one of my favorite things about Bernie. He is the people's lawyer. If there was injustice that needed to be corrected through the arm of the law, Bernie's your man. So Bernie, thank you for the professional experience, for inspiring me to be the best me that I could be, and I appreciate you. Take care.
Hi, it's Ben. My favorite thing about Bernie and my favorite memory about Bernie basically go hand in hand. And it all started back when I was a newish associate in the New York office doing antitrust work. I didn't really know Bernie, and I had a question on a case that I couldn't really address and that no one else in the office seemed to know much about. So Hollis or Kelly suggested that I go talk to Bernie. And I remember being a little bit intimidated, well, actually very intimidated, because Bernie was the elder statesman of the group. He seemed so knowledgeable and experienced and refined in his skills. And I was a little bit apprehensive to go into his office to talk to him candidly about a case and an issue that I didn't feel very comfortable with. But that all changed really the moment I sat down in his office. It became clear immediately that Bernie was encouraging and supportive and engaging, not just of me, but of the other young associates in the office. And that relationship and that reputation with Bernie has continued and strengthened ever since then. Over the last 3 or 4 years when I've been working with Bernie, he's become one of my favorite people in the office. He's always willing to take time out of his day to help mentor people, to help talk through issues. And he always does it with a smile on his face, and he makes everyone else around him feel better about the tough work that we do. So I just wanted to say thank you to Bernie for all the help and all the support that you've given me over the years. And I wish you the very best in your retirement, which is well-deserved. Thanks.
Bernie, congratulations. Retirement. It is something that we all aspire to achieve, that successful milestone. You are very lucky. You have a beautiful family, and you have a family here at Robbins who have grown to love you and care about you and respect you for your knowledge, your expertise, and all you've contributed. Enjoy retirement, enjoy your family, enjoy that beautiful grandchild. And Sandy, of course, we will miss you terribly, Bernie, and hopefully you'll come back and visit. Take care. Enjoy.
Hi, Bernie. Congratulations on your retirement. It's been a pleasure working with you. I'm going to miss your sense of humor, and I also appreciate the fact that you've always been willing to give a full, detailed explanation for anything that I might be working on with you. And I wish you all the best and enjoy your retirement. You deserve it.
Hi, Bernie. Congratulations on your retirement. Sorry I can't be there, but I just wanted to share my thoughts and best wishes on this great transition you're going through. I'm thinking back on those early years when I was starting out and didn't know much about antitrust law or class actions. And I'm really lucky I had you as a mentor, because the thing I'll always remember the most is that you just really always had a passion and a curiosity for your work, and it really showed in how you would recall so much of cases and details and be able to summon them up so easily and talk so animatedly about cases. And I would always think to myself, wow, I hope I'm like Bernie Persky one day, and I can talk with that facility and that passion about whatever it is I'm advocating in court or with co-counsel or whoever it is. Bernie just always, loved being a lawyer, and I think, I got very early on, you have to love it, and you have to want to put in the work of doing a good job at whatever it is you're doing. And I remember I'd go into his office often for a little check-in on the cases I was working on, and I would prepare for those things because I knew he'd ask me a lot of questions, so I'd have notes and I'd have cases and I'd have what have you. And invariably, though, Bernie would ask me something I didn't know the answer to or didn't have at hand. And I remember quite often he would stand me up and march me over to the antitrust section of the library, and we'd look up the question together. And I think mostly that was just to instill good research habits, but I also think it's because he really wanted to know the answer. He's always just so interested in, what's the next question to figure out, what's the next puzzle to solve. And I think that's sort of infectious. I think I still have that with me. And I know, okay, this is the standard that I want to reach in my own work. So thank you so much, Bernie, for being that mentor and being so inspiring. And I know that you will pursue retirement with the same curiosity and interest that you did the law. And I wish you the best years to come.
Hi, this is Ken McCallion. Favorite thing I liked about Bernie Persky really is his sense of humor and ability to stay calm when all the rest of us were losing our minds. A great lawyer, great friend, good sense of humor, and as the Second Circuit said in the Shoreham nuclear power plant case, it was one of the best pieces of lawyering that the court had ever seen. So he's a fine lawyer, fine friend, and we hope that he stays with us in good health for many decades to come.